Hey all, this will be my last video for a few weeks until at least my girlfriend, whose head you can sort of see there, who's ducking, and I can move the camera. Her head. Say hello, dear.
Hello, people.
So yes, she refuses to put her face on camera on the interwebs, and who can blame her? It's my project. But until this maybe last for a while because I have 1 week left in this house, and then I have to move, and I'm not sure where I'm going to be. Put out the word, but right now, no clue. So anyway, see if I can. There we go. That's better. Sorry about that. I didn't realize the settings were off. Anyway, this week's video is on ambivalence and Aspies and how we're very, very bad at it. But this is about how that can give us strength. Good example, very, very recently, as I've announced, I'm going to be a dad. And that one there, real fast, who just gave you the glaring look, that one there is pregnant with my child. And she's got, her brain goes, her stomach and her brain go, I want this, I want that. The other night it was bacon cheddar fries after we had gone and got Vietnamese pho. And really not the worst idea in the world, really. I mean, they're very, very nice. But all of a sudden she's like, I want baked potato. No, wait. I want bacon cheddar fries. And we were in the downtown of our city, and as I mentioned, it's a medium to largish city. And so we found a spot. And they didn't serve it, but we went there because I knew they could. And they did, and it was awesome. But my ambivalence, instead of being Aspie, it must be this way, it must be this way, it must be this way. We not have to have our own way. If we have an opinion about a situation, then we have to have that happen. Change is bad, we don't deal with it. Learning to be ambivalent about things can be a great strength. And tonight, I wanted pizza. I was in the mood for pizza. But I've come to accept, I realized very quickly after she told me she was pregnant, that I was going to have to come to accept that essentially my meal choices were less mine to make. That she sort of wanted a guy to take charge, but really it's the imperial stomach and the baby to be that gets to be in charge from now on. And that's sort of a great object lesson, sort of a great, in my head, keep it fresh, that we need to learn to be ambivalent, and we need to learn to roll with the punches, and to sometimes not have an opinion. And that not having an opinion about something is sort of saying, okay, these few things I don't do, and everything else is okay. Like, I don't eat fish. I've never liked it, so far as I can remember. I remember eating it when I had to as a child, fish sticks, and that was, God, I can taste it this day, it makes me cringe. But, laughing? Okay. Burping. But I really couldn't, I can't deal with it, so thankfully she doesn't like fish either. So that makes life much easier. But if she starts liking fish, if all of a sudden she starts getting a craving for fish because the baby wants some fish, then she's going to have some fish. Because I'm not going to eat the fish. I'm not, yeah, it's God, I hope not. I'm not going to eat the fish. But if the baby wants some fish, we're going to get some fish. I can't stand the smell of fish. I hate smelling it being cooked. It was one of the worst parts of one of my first majors, which I mentioned was culinary arts, was learning how to deal with fish. And butchering it and whatnot was just, I despise it. And yet, I had to learn to deal with it. Well, I never really dealt with it after that. But now I think I have the strength of character, the strength of mind to sort of push back against my need to have things my way. And for those of you who don't understand, it's not that we have to be right, we have to be in charge. It's that that's sort of part of that change, that that rightness to our world. It's not that we have to be in charge. It's not that we have this need to dominate. It's that we have this need to have things our way because otherwise our world is entirely wrong. Like fingernails across a chalkboard in everything we're doing, even if it's one thing. Like, as I've mentioned, my mom once changed the two chairs in the room. Couldn't enter the room. Then she changed the couch. I couldn't enter the room. It was the front room of the house. I always had to come in. It was a tri-level, one level, then another, then another. And I had to come in either through the front door and shoot up to my room or downstairs and stay downstairs. And if I had to go upstairs, I just shoot around. I couldn't stand to look at that room. I couldn't stand to see them. It just irked me. It wasn't anger. It was just something wrong with the world. Oh God, how can that be? I couldn't stand it. It was almost painful. So learning how to become ambivalent, learning how to become, I'm okay with not having input. I'm okay with saying, I really want this, and really getting in the mood for this, and then that changing. And not caring. Learning how to not care, learning how to not invest the self in there, still means that it bothers you. It's still going to mean that it gets to you. But it's not going to be an itch you can't scratch. It's just going to be like a sore muscle. You know, it bothers you, but as long as you don't lean on it, you're good. And as I said, impending parenthood for the two of us. I'm going to have to learn how to be ambivalent a lot because the baby's going to need this. The baby's going to need that. She's going to need this. She's going to need that. My job as the dad and as the boyfriend is to sort of be the rock, be the foundation, be the one who fills in a way. Obviously, I'll have to help, but there will be a lot of things that she can do better than I can. She's going to need to do better than I can. And yet, there's going to be some times when she just needs, I need you to stop what you're doing and go do this. But I was really had my head in, and that's nice. Go be dad. You know, go be boyfriend. I need you to do this. So learning to be ambivalent is highly important. A friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, who's unto like a sister, who probably watches this video series, would say, not my circus, not my monkeys. And I have two part-time jobs, and as one of them I get to use my brain. It has to do with computers. The other one is customer service at a convenience store, as I've mentioned. And I have to not care about anything that goes on at the convenience store, or about how things change all the time, or about how I'm told on one day I'm going to walk in and deal with nothing but stuff in the walk-in, and deal with nothing but weeding the property, and just have my mind set on that, and then spend the entire day at the register. Not my circus, not my monkeys. I'm not invested. I don't care. And it's a defense mechanism. It's a survival strategy. It's how to get through my day without going crazy. And I even taught it to that one over there. It's become one of her favorite phrases, because her work can be a little... Her works... What was that, dude?
Work sucks.
Okay. Work sucks. And it was driving her nuts. And I said, honey, it's not your circus, it's not your monkeys. And she, what's that? And I explained it to her. So she'll come off work, and I'll be like, how was it, honey? And she'll say, just not my circus, not my monkeys, not. And I'll hear that under her breath a few times. And I'll be like, okay, we got to get her out of here. We got to get her de-stressed. Because if she's repeating that as a mantra, it means that she's edgy. She needs food, she needs something, she needs to decompress. Maybe, honestly, often it just means I pick her up in a big hug and I just hold her until she taps me and says, okay. Which can be anywhere from 10 seconds to a few minutes. And it's a defense mechanism for her. And it's a defense mechanism for me. And if you want to use that phrase, Aspie's out there, high-functioning autistics, use that phrase. This is not my circus. These are not my monkeys. I don't have to deal with this.
Works great for NTs too.
Works great for NTs. And the woman who gave it to me, an NT, she either heard this or developed this phrase when she was an emergency room nurse. And now she's a home care nurse. And it still serves her well. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Not my circus, not my monkeys. You got a lot on your plate. Don't make it worse. So learn, as an Aspie, learn to become ambivalent about things we care about. And the flip side, of course, is to care about things we're normally ambivalent about. But that's a different video. So, I hope things are going well for you out there. This may be my last video for a while. I will still be answering questions. I will still try to get on Facebook when I can. But definitely messaging me through Tumblr and messaging me through YouTube are going to be your best shots at getting a hold of me for the next few weeks to a month. You know, if she gets internet up in her place sooner than that, then I'll just start filming in her house. Sorry, honey, I just volunteered your house, but it may be our house soon, so tough. Yeah, living with her at some point in the near future-ish, month or so, because baby time. So, y'all have a good time. Look forward to seeing you again, hopefully soon. If I can get a video up next week, I will. If not, you now know why. So, bye.